Cortisol, the so-called stress hormone, it gets a really bad rap. If you've scrolled social media lately, you've probably seen people blaming cortisol for just about everything. Every stubborn pound selling cortisol cocktails or acting like stress is the only reason for belly fat. But here's the truth. Cortisol isn't your enemy. In fact, you wouldn't survive without it. Today, I want to clear up the myths, explain why stress can change where you gain weight, talk about alcohol's effect on cortisol, and why this hormone is not all bad. It's going to be a good one, so grab your coffee and let's get into it.
Grab them coffee, folks.
Grab your coffee.
Let's debunk some things.
I hate when people latch on to something and then they make it their whole personality, and it is like the reason for everything. Now it's all about cortisol. Cortisol is the only reason why people are fat, the only reason why they have belly fat, the only reason why they're stressed.
Yep.
Bad, cortisol.
Just keep blaming cortisol.
It's annoying.
Which you do unto yourself most of the time.
And then you get people trying to make all this money selling bullshit.
Always. I hate that. It's always like some hot topic. Here come these companies trying to sell you something and get you to believe like, oh, this is the end all be all. It's going to fix all your problems.
Cortisol coaches now?
No. Get the hell out of here.
Cortisol coaches?
Get out of here.
Cortisol cocktails?
What? Where have I been? I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, cortisol coach. It's annoying.
You guys.
It's annoying.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Please, I hope you don't hire a cortisol coach.
All right, you guys, before we get too far, make sure you subscribe to us so that we can help you debunk all of this crap on social media. We're going to always tell it like it is here. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow and listen to our show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, all the things. And follow us on Instagram, Candidly_with coffee. Now, I would like to know, have we been empty nesters too long, living by ourselves too long, that you're trying to match my outfits?
Not me trying. I changed before you did.
What is going on?
I don't know. You're in my head.
We are literally matching. We both look like we should be getting off a yacht.
Like twinsies.
Man. Because I was strategic with my outfits and planning my outfits. And so I did not base it off of what you're wearing. That's for sure. Isn't that funny?
I didn't base mine off of what you're wearing either.
I think it's hilarious.
It is.
We do that a lot, though. We do that when we go to the gym, too, sometimes. We're, like, exactly matching.
Weird. The brain is weird. It's like it's reading each other's thoughts.
Yeah, that's weird. Like,
right?
We're, like, yeah, I don't know. We do it more than ever now, I feel.
So let's get into this topic of cortisol, which people love to use that as a pillow. It's like, cortisol is all my problems.
Cortisol's real job, okay? Why it's not all bad. It's produced by the adrenal glands. It's part of our HPA axis, and we need it for waking up in the morning, regulating metabolism and blood sugar, immune and anti-inflammatory responses, and providing quick energy during fight or flight. It's a survival hormone. Really, we need it to survive. Like, it's what gets us out of dangerous situations. Without cortisol, we couldn't survive the daily stressors of life. It is essential. So stop villainizing it. There's a time and place for where cortisol is essential. It's necessary. And it's not all bad.
Man, listen, cortisol, you guys, has let us, humanity, survive through the dark times, the dark ages. That's why we're here now. It's helped us.
Yeah. But if you are chronically stressed and your cortisol elevation stays high, and cortisol is meant to rise and fall. But if you have a very stressful life and it stays risen, like, I'm very in tune with my body and I'm very in tune with how I feel. And I can tell when my cortisol is rising from good and good things, bad things, stressful things, everything combined, and then I don't have adequate time in between for the cortisol levels to fall. They rise and keep rising and rising, and that's when I'm like, okay, I need a downtime day. I need a day where I can decompress, bring my cortisol levels down, take a nice shower, do some aromatherapy, something quiet, calm. I'm very in tune with that. I think people are just running too high all the time, too fast, too many things, overstimulated,
too many commitments.
Overcommitment.
Too much.
Yes.
You guys are overcommitting to way too many things. You need to learn to say, no, I'm busy. No, I'm not in the mood. No, thank you. I'm okay.
Yeah. Learn to say no. Don't overcommit, because that's going to lead to that. But stress weight, when you're overly stressed and your cortisol runs high and you overeat, which cortisol can help you overeat because it makes you hungry, increases cravings. But if you eat a calorie surplus in times of stress, that your body is more likely to store that body fat as visceral fat storage in the abdomen. So cortisol can lead to visceral body fat, more hard bellies. That's like visceral body fat. That is like over calorie consumption in the presence of cortisol. So think alcohol, think stress. So you're eating more. So you're going to get that hard belly fat. Not good.
No bueno.
It gets shuffled into the belly first during periods of stress and overeating.
And that's the place we don't want it.
It's common in midlife. A lot of times women in midlife, their body shape shifts from a pear to an apple. Like maybe they've always been a pear, but now they're an apple because when your estrogen drops and life stressors are there, you're going to get more stress more easily with estrogen and progesterone dropping, eating more, and more stress equal belly fat gain.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Something new I learned.
So you're going to change from pear to an apple.
Wow. You guys transform right before our eyes.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? That sucks. No one wants to be an apple.
Hell no. Of course it sucks.
Like nobody says, ooh, I would love to be shaped like an apple.
No. Not nobody.
No, it's terrible. Well, here's another thing that raises, that impacts cortisol. Alcohol. Alcohol raises cortisol. And here's the kicker with alcohol. You have this false sense of it relaxes you. That is a very short term. The relaxation is a short relaxation, but the cortisol and the anxiety come after.
So the short-term benefits are here, but then the other benefits outweigh the short-term benefits.
So the calming is very short-lived.
So the wine drinkers, for you ladies who love to have your glass or two, which a lot of times you end up polishing that whole bottle off.
Yeah. So alcohol is going to disrupt your sleep. It's going to elevate belly fat storage and blood sugar rise issues with alcohol. So alcohol has a direct correlation to bad cortisol. The cortisol you don't want. The cortisol that's not saving you from a dangerous situation, that's not waking you up, that's not getting you through that workout. This is the cortisol that shouldn't be there. It should be when you're trying to calm down, but you're trying to calm down by literally raising your cortisol even higher. That glass of wine to de-stress is actually backfiring long term.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I want to talk about the social media BS, the cortisol cocktail. It's a viral trend. And you know what it is?
First I've heard of this.
It's orange juice plus pink salt plus coconut water. And it's supposed to lower your cortisol levels.
And who did studies on this?
Who knows? It's some viral thing on TikTok. And now people sell it, people bottle it, people coach you on how to drink it, when to drink it.
Hey guys, this is snake oil salesman stuff. Stay away from it. Anything that comes out of TikTok, I would say 99% of it is fake.
So do you want to know what the number one way that cortisol is naturally regulated? The circadian rhythm.
Yes.
Having a good routine, a sleeping and wake routine helps you to naturally regulate cortisol. So cortisol will know to rise when it goes dark, cortisol drops, and you go to sleep. What is the thing that goes up? Melatonin increases, serotonin drops, cortisol drops. When the sun goes down, you turn off the lights, you turn off the phone. Those things happen naturally so that you can go to sleep. It's very difficult to sleep when your cortisol level is high.
Roof.
That's why you can't sleep when you've been drinking. So that's a natural thing that happens. Also stress load, obviously. So if you're high stress, those natural processes that happen at night, it's not going to really be as effective. So that can impact things, but your lifestyle. So just your lifestyle in general. There's not one hack for cortisol. But if you sleep good, that's why the basics are so important. If you have a good sleep routine, a good wake routine, a workout routine, nutrition's on point, hydration, the natural processes in your body to give you the cortisol when you need it are going to work. They're going to be efficient. But the problem is we're, like you said, overcommitted, overstressed, overstimulated. It's leading to people being running high on cortisol.
Yeah, you're not taking care of your machine. you should be concerned every day. How's your mental health? How do you feel mentally? Are you feeling good coming out of bed? Are you feeling bad? I mean, a lot of things. You gotta control this machine. You gotta control your thoughts. Don't talk negatively to yourself. Talk positively. Just, you just gotta take care of yourself, physical well-being, period. And people don't do that. They just kind of like dismiss themselves. They're worried about taking care of everything else. You're mastering how to use your remote. Like you said earlier, set up the surround system, everything else, that doesn't matter, but not you. You're putting yourself like, I don't matter. I'm just going to be over here in this box.
I need to go to every baby shower, every bridal shower. Yep. I need to go to contribute to every potluck. I need to make my homemade crafts for my kids. The teachers, they need to have elaborate teacher gifts, and we need to go do this. People are not, they're so focused on, for some reason, doing all these things that are not really contributing to their life. And then they're spiking their cortisol all the time. And then they try to relax finally at the end of a busy week doing all this shit. And they do it by drinking to relax. And then they're spiking it even more. It's never dropping. You think that some cocktail on TikTok is going to fix the problem. Those things aren't. Electrolytes will make you feel energized. Those cocktails or whatever, a little bit of sugar, it's going to give you a quick burst of energy. It's not doing anything for your cortisol.
Not really. There's a lot of it's way overhyped.
No, but it's not doing anything for your cortisol is what I'm saying.
Nothing. Zero.
And what cortisol is not, it's not the reason that you randomly gain weight overnight. Stop blaming everyone. It's my cortisol.
They love to say that.
It's not your fucking cortisol.
It's either hormones or cortisol that women love to blame. I hate to say it. You guys always, it's either hormones or your cortisol.
Cortisol does not cause belly bloat. Also, by the way, does not cause belly bloat.
Does not.
Digestion and hormones or food-related issues are causing your belly bloat. It could cause, if you're gained weight by eating a calorie surplus during high stress, it could have caused visceral body fat that's making you have a hard stomach. That's not bloat. That's actually fat. But that's not just because your cortisol's elevated. It's because your cortisol was elevated, it led to a plethora of other things that also caused you to overeat. And that's why you're getting the visceral body fat. But it's not, I'm fat because my cortisol's high. No, it's not that. I feel like people always just want to be able to blame something else for the problem.
They look for the exterior to blame, outside forces, but never the interior, never themselves.
Right. Never.
Everything else. It's everything else's fault.
Right.
But what can I do?
Like, what can I do? What am I doing in my daily life that doesn't cost any money? It's not like, you have to do all these exorbitant things. Like, no, in your daily life, are you doing the necessities so that your body runs efficiently? Going to sleep, waking up, walking, sunshine, drinking water.
Lifting weights, working out,
are you doing
riding
the
a bike.
basics?
Yeah.
You're not. And you want to just blame something.
Always.
It doesn't cause belly bloat. It's not a lack of willpower. Cortisol doesn't make you lazy. It doesn't make you lazy.
They're saying that too?
Cortisol actually gives you energy. Actually. Cortisol is what gets you to get a good workout.
Yeah.
Cortisol levels rise.
You spike it. That's why it's not all bad.
But it does alter cravings. It does make you have cravings. And if your cortisol is, if you had a night of poor sleep, your cortisol will be elevated the next day. You'll be tired because of the poor sleep, so you'll be lazy. That's not the cortisol. The tired is because the cortisol caused you to have poor sleep. The poor sleep is what causes you to feel lazy. It's the lack of sleep.
Of course, yes.
The spike in cortisol will make your blood sugar spike and you'll be hungry.
Yeah, and I'm very in tune with my body. I know if I didn't sleep good, I have
higher cortisol.
Yes, I could tell.
Yeah, so your body, you know why? If your cortisol is higher, your body wants to lower it. Carbohydrates actually bring cortisol levels down. So if you're craving food because your cortisol is high, you're craving carbs and processed foods and junk food, that's your body's way of trying to lower your cortisol levels. That's what's happening. That's why a lot of times you'll crave carbs and sugar at night, because maybe you had a stressful day at work, your cortisol level's running high, it's starting to get dark, your body's like, we have way too much cortisol, we're trying to bring it down so we can go to sleep. And then it'll send out the signals to eat carbs because it naturally will bring your cortisol levels down. And that's why that happens. And so someone will be like, okay, great, I'm just going to eat a bunch of carbs at night. No, you need to treat the cause, not the effect. So you need to treat the cause. You need to lower your stress levels leading into the nighttime. Take a nice hot shower, do do some things to try to bring those levels back down so that you have a nice, deep, restful sleep.
That's a good hack right there. The nighttime showers.
It's been my new routine in the OC.
Or if you can get to a hot tub, whether it be at your gym or if you live in a place like we do, we have access to a hot tub, our community, that too, you sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
So relaxing.
You do. So we've been doing that lately, and that's been like a new routine, and we love it. It really helps. So I either take a hot shower or go to the hot tub, and I sleep so good.
It's almost like you come out of it like drunk a little bit. Weird because you're so relaxed coming out of the hot
tub. So the biggest regulator of your cortisol is sleep. So if you are struggling with stress and struggling with those feelings of elevated cortisol, start with sleep. Start with trying to prioritize and fix that. If that's not good, if you're not getting 7+ hours minimum, 7 to 9 is the sweet spot. 7 to 9 hours is the sweet spot. Then that's where you need to focus. Not a cortisol cocktail, not a cortisol coach. Sleep. Strength training and daily walking. Balanced meals. Remember my trifecta I talk about all the time, protein, fats, fiber. It's going to help you with the blood sugar swings, and that will help with cortisol. Limit alcohol. Hello.
Yes.
That's huge. I can't stand it when I hear people complain that they're chronically stressed, and they drink.
You're drinking.
Why
You're doing
are
it to
you
yourself.
drinking?
Stop complaining. Yeah. You're doing it to yourself. It's crazy.
So practice stress relief because there are sources, outside sources that are impacting your cortisol levels that are out of your control, but you can try to manage them. For one, think about trying to not stress over things you cannot control. I think so many people stress about things going on in the world.
They do. They do it to themselves.
They're watching too much news.
Too much news.
And you stressing about it is not going to change anything about what's happening in another country or whatever.
No.
So you need to not focus on things that your focus will not impact the outcome of those things.
Yeah.
I think that's important. A lot of people waste a lot of time and cortisol on that.
Stop fighting on the internet.
And then breath work, mindfulness, all of that's important. Journaling, all of that helps. So cortisol isn't the villain. You don't need a cocktail or a cortisol coach, by the way. But it is the volume dial. So too much for too long can make you feel burned out. It can make you store belly fat, struggle with cravings. But the right balance of cortisol can actually help you wake up. It can help you be in a great mood. It can help you have a great workout. It can help you feel alive and functional and productive and resilient. Instead of chasing fads like the cocktail or, like I said, the coaches, focus on the basics: sleep, movement, nutrition, stress management. All of that stuff is stuff that you can do right now, today. It doesn't cost you any money to do those things. So work on it. That's how you work on cortisol instead of against it. Remember, it's a good thing. We need it to survive, but too much of a good thing in anything is also bad. So we have to be able to manage it. The next episode, you guys, we're going to talk about the importance of muscle in midlife. Everybody says it's important, but let's really tackle why it's important. It's going to be a good one, so we'll see you then.
See ya.